Hey, YouTube. So you're on a budget and you're trying to use the $20 that you've saved up, and that's all you have, to start out a survival kit. And you want practical, usable stuff. You don't want junk. You don't want to just say, hey, I got some stuff. And you know deep down it's not good stuff. And so this is stuff that I've vetted. There's 10 categories here. I'm going to go through what you can actually buy for $20 that you'll actually be somewhat proud of, or at least you can really use it in the real world. And so let's jump into this. But first, I just want to preface that, there's a lot of people that really are on a budget. People sometimes think it's a myth, but no, there are people who struggle. And sometimes people don't connect with those kind of people because they're really not a part of society. And if the more you're connected with your community, you find out real quick that there are people who are suffering, and even in nicer neighborhoods. So let me just tell you this, that the first category would be for me a container, and it would probably need to be like a metal container. I very much prefer a stainless steel bottle, but if all you have is a budget of $20, we're going to set aside $1 for one of these aluminum water bottles or sport bottles. You can find these, I've seen them at Walmart and at like the Dollar Tree for literally $1. And so it's definitely an option. I'm not saying it's going to be the best for you. Aluminum has been linked to a lot of health problems if you use it, long term. So over time, you'd probably want to upgrade to a stainless steel bottle. In my opinion, that would be a better option, especially for your health. But the next category would be fire and combustion. And those little 3 packs of lighters, they're made by V-Lite over there at Dollar Tree. They're not really that bad. I'm not saying they're made like really high end, and but for $1 to get three, I've never had any problems. I've used quite a few of them. They have Scripto lighters as well. Sometimes they're at dollar stores and at Walmart. Typically, you can get about 2 Scriptos for $1. Even in these smoke shops that are littered across America, typically for 50 cents to $1, you can get a generic lighter there. Or, in my area, for about $1, you can get a mini Bic. These typically go for between $1 and $1.50, but they're definitely a proven, a reliable option. And what about cording? If you buy in bulk and you divide it up amongst each other, like you buy a spool, you can get a crazy amount for cheap, cheap. So, for example, if you bought a decent enough size, for example, like on campingsurvival.com, you can get like 25 feet of paracord for $1, or about 35 feet of number 36 bank line for $1. Or you can just go to the Dollar Tree and get you some nylon or polyester cording, if that's what that's the only option you really have. I would probably skip the jute twine just because it's not very strong. The next category is cover. For me, I go with a heavy duty contractor trash bag. And I would probably go in 3 millimeter or heavier, somewhere between 42 and 60 gallons, depending on your size as a person. They go typically between 70 cents to $1.20 a bag. Of course, you have to typically buy a box of them. So this would be another item that if you could divvy it up among a group, if there's a whole group that's trying to start out their survival kits, or there's a new prepper group, this could be an option here. Okay. And if you don't have the money or you had no group to go and divvy it out, just use some garbage bags. You could double or triple up garbage bags that you have and you already use at your home. The next category here is cutting tools. Now, for the average overall budget here of $20, I'm going to use 10 of it. So half of the budget will go into a fixed blade. Just for an example, at Smoky Mountain Knife Works, they have a sale right now, and they have sales all the time. I'm just picking up what they're actually doing right now. And for $10, though, a Kershaw Buck Commander. It's a small drop point, kind of a hunting fixed blade. And of course, Amazon.com for $7 to $11, typically all day long, all year round. They have Baco Laplander fixed blades and more companion knives available in like stainless steel or a high carbon steel. This sure would beat some offering from like the Dollar Tree, to try to get like a butter knife and then sharpen it up, or get a paring knife that it's going to break. There's a reason why knives are made in different ways because they meet different needs. So I think that the majority of your budget, especially if you're on an extremely limited budget, really should be a good amount going toward your cutting tool. The next category would be navigation signaling. This little like 5-in-1 combo here, it's pretty cool. It has actually a very good whistle. You can get these for around $1 if you wait until they go on sale. They're typically between $1.50 and $2 regular price, but I always run into them for about $1, especially online. So they have like a little compass, they have like a signal mirror, once again, a nice whistle, a little bit of cording. There's actually a match case inside. You can put matches and a little bit of a flint that's glued to the side. So they have all kinds of stuff. And so in terms of signaling, don't forget that we have a phone, and if we can call for help, it'd be a lot easier, obviously, than using a signal, but whistle. But a whistle is good too. And so other things that we could actually use. For the navigation part, and this is all going to be free, and this includes free phone apps. We can't really forget all those technology things on our phone. And so like also if you're a AAA, AAA has different apps as well, and they have free maps and even visitor centers, like state visitor centers. If you're traveling, they have maps available. They typically give away for free. You can also learn a lot of skills about how you can read the sun, the stars, the moon, shadow, different techniques, and even how to use a watch to tell which way is north. And so there's a lot of skills. So basically, for the whole category of navigation and signaling, I allocate $1. But of course, you can always upgrade this to a proper compass and maybe a higher end whistle down the road, but just to get you started. So that concludes that. And the next category is first aid. This is when I would definitely go to like a Dollar Tree, and for $1, I get me a big box of Band-Aids, especially the ones that already has the bacterial and antibiotics built into the Band-Aid. Those are really cool. And then I'd also get me a box of gauze pads for $1 at the Dollar Tree. And lastly, whatever painkiller that is your preference. So $3 tied into first aid. The next category for me would be lighting. That's going to be also a safety type of piece of gear. But when the sun starts to set, man, it's harder to do things at night when it's dark. And so they actually have a nice little non-LED flashlight. They come in all kind of colors at Walmart of all places. I wouldn't go to a dollar store to get your flashlight. But as you can see here, there's all kinds of colors, even actually more than even is shown on this picture. And it's just like, it's amazing. They're just $1. There's actually like, I don't know if this is just like a no-name copy or whatever of other brands, because I have a Rayovac, it's the same thing, and that was $2. But I would recommend the dollar Walmart flashlight. And lastly, for repair, the dollar store has duct tape. So you don't get that much. I'd probably get me a nice big old roll of Gorilla Tape. But they typically sell for $5 or $6. But if you're in a group of people, you could actually divide that up and get a lot better quality tape and more of it for a smaller amount of money. So I've allocated $1 there for repair, $1 for light, $3 for first aid, $1 for signaling and navigation, $10 for cutting tools, $1 for cover, and also have $1 for cording, $1 for fire, and $1 for containers. So it's $20. It's on a budget. I mean, I don't know if it's going to work for you, but I think that's like at least a start. I don't see a lot of videos that even talk about like real practical systems. Thanks for your support. Thanks for watching. You guys